What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, this literally does not work. I'm actually headed back up the road. I got 153 miles to go, and you know, it's just the way we do. It was funny, I was talking to my brother, and he had asked me if I had done something, and I said, not yet. I've been in the weeds. And it's a term that I said to my wife, and she was like, what do you mean in the weeds? And I said, in the weeds, it's a restaurant term. If you see a waiter or a cook or something that's so far behind, they say you're in the weeds, as in you're not going to catch up. You're going to be waiting forever. And so he said, is there a clearing? I said, the way I work is, if there's nothing in front of me, usually I'll go find something and put it in front of me, so there's never really a clearing. I always feel like you got to be doing something or I go crazy. But before I get any further, you know, there's a day for everything. You know, there's a National Donut Day. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So today is National Sunday. Okay, not sun as in Sunday as in football day, but as sun, like this guy. Hey, son, I want to wish you a happy Sunday. You're my son.
Today's not Sunday.
No, son, as in S-O-N, son. You're my son, and it's your day. It's your day. And I have to wish Philly 500. How you doing, son? It's your daddy right here. Your daddy's right here, and I'm wishing you a happy Sunday. Anyway, the Cowboys are getting back on the field. Fortunately, this week we did not have any injuries playing the Eagles. We ran over them and literally nothing. I've kind of got something that's annoying me a lot. You know, I'm an NFC East guy. You know, I'm a Dallas Cowboys. I'm a Washington football. Oh, they're not really a football team, are they? The Washington whatevers they are, and the New York stinking Giants, and the Philadelphia dumpster fire. The NFC East, I understand we're not great right now. This is kind of a down year. We keep hearing them talk about it's the NFC least, okay? But you know what? You know, they're saying, well, Cowboys, of course, they'll win their division because they ain't playing nobody. But here's the thing that's kind of interesting. Because as I look at, say, I don't know, Kansas City, you know what's interesting about Kansas City as you look at their division? The last time somebody actually had a winning season was the 2017 season. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2018 season. Yeah, it was Chargers. They were 12-4. Every time since then, nobody's had a winning record. So when Kansas City went to the Super Bowl and they stacked up all those wins, they had 6 slump busters in their division. In fact, we can go back to the year before. The only other team that had a winning record was, of course, San Diego. That's when they were still in San Diego. Before that, 2016, Denver. That's it. So when you talk about how bad the NFC East is, understand that's not just the NFC East. Take a look at the New England Patriots. The last time anybody else in there was anywhere good, I think Butt Fumble was actually the quarterback of the Jets. Yeah. Other than that, take a look. Nobody's over 500 ever, just in recent history. So understand, yeah, Cowboys are benefiting from a division right now that's not real good. Washington definitely did last year, but they're not the only ones. Now, for the Cowboys, I got a lot of stuff in my mind here, and I got a long ways to go, so you guys help keeping me awake. If the Cowboys want to be where they want to go, they still have some issues that they got to take care of. One, COVID. Dudes, we have had more people missing games because of COVID, okay? We've had 12 freaking players. We're only in week 3. I don't know what they got to do, but they need to just lock and bubble themselves up and just keep away from everybody, because we cannot afford to get somebody, you know, fortunately we've actually had some people that can fill in, but what if it's a Zeke? What if it's a Dak? What if it's an Amari Cooper? We cannot afford that. And the thing about the NFL is what happens this week doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen next week. So the Cowboys are playing good right now. At some point, there's going to be a slump. And when you get into that slump can all of a sudden go downhill and turn it into a bad season. We got to get a grasp on that. Second thing that really, really worries me, and being a former offensive lineman in high school, I hated to see this, but Tyler Badish, she pulled out her headphones. She's like, okay, look. She's like, this is going to be a long trip, so she's putting on her headphones. But anyway, Tyler Badish right now is the weak link on the offensive line. Tyler Badish, it's worrying me because when he gets, the Vita Veys, the Hargroves, those guys can get up underneath his pads and bull rush. And I don't think it's about being outmanned. That I think he has the tools, but the problem is he's up so high. And when you get up high as an offensive lineman, you're kind of up on your toes. Your center of gravity rises up, and it's easy to go ahead and move you around. He's got to get settled down, and he's got to get down lower and get into the defender's body. If he doesn't, he's going to keep getting blown up. And we can't afford that. And I think what it is, or what he needs, is he needs a chance to step back and just watch for a couple of games and get himself together, get himself situated. Because he got beaten. I'm telling you, Hargrove, he's a beast. I wish he was on our defensive line. That's what you want from that one technique guy, blowing it up. Vita Vey, that's what you want from that one technique guy, except when it's coming at you. What I think the Cowboys should consider, and it probably would be easier if Lyle Collins was back, but they ought to consider taking Connor Williams again. I know it's not crazy. That he had a bad preseason game there at center. The second game, he kind of settled down and was a lot better. In fact, most people didn't realize he actually played center that game. But put him at center and go ahead and get Connor McGovern out there. Get the governor in his space and let him play. Let Tyler Badish catch his breath, observe, get his technique back, and get it ready to go. Because here's where the Cowboys should actually benefit. And we're favored by 4 points against Carolina. We're going to be at home this week. We'll be home next week. You're actually in the softer part of your schedule. This is where you can kind of experiment a little bit and try and coach guys up and get them ready, so that way later on when you're playing the better teams, later on when you're deep into that 17-game schedule and guys are nicked up or hurt, that you have experience of doing some things differently. And that's what I would do if I were the coach, but I'm not the coach. But we definitely got to do something, because right now the center is where, if you're trying to attack somebody, you're going into Tyler Badish. That's just the weakest link right now in the offensive line. And if we can tighten that up, this offense will go far. Not that it's not already going far. The final thing that's kind of annoying me is, Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. It's funny how no matter what happens, Dak is always nothing. Even heard it on Speak for Yourself. They're trying to downplay it. Well, if you take, he's not, Lamar Jackson here. He's not Pat Mahomes in this category. He's not this. It's like, wait a minute. Tom Brady's not the same as Lamar Jackson as far as running the football. If you were to take all the things that they're taking and putting together and saying he's not this one, and this one, he's ranked it. It's not like all of them are up here in all of those categories. You're taking the best of every single piece. And see, it's not necessarily being the best of every single piece. It's about being the best and as many as possible. Because together, you want a quarterback who can throw the football, that he can do a back shoulder fake, that he can get the ball deep, but he also can have touch, that he also knows when he needs to run. Because here's where Shannon Sharp is like, well, Dak Prescott, yeah, he's just kind of dinking it. He's doing the short passes. He's not pushing it down the field, and he ain't running. Before, he was throwing it down the field, they're basically saying, oh, he's it's just empty calories. He can't be a pocket passer. Now he's saying he's being a pocket passer. Oh, he ain't running the football. So no matter what, we have to understand what the narrative is. They're just going to constantly say, he's not this, that, and the other. But I'll say this much. And I'm going to ask a true question of everybody but Rashid. Okay? Eagles fans, would you take Dak Prescott? I bet you would. Washington, I don't even have to finish the question. We know you would. And Giants, yeah. Danny Dimes, yeah. So that's all I got for you right now. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I think when I get home later on, I got Stu and I got Roz in our pick segment. And guess what? I think I got to check. But I know I destroyed Vegas in my picks this week. I want to say I think I got 12 or 13 right. I think that's what I got. But I have to check with Ross now. But definitely, if you had followed my picks, you could have made some money this week. Uh-oh. Traffic. All right. Peace.